Well, we got it here. Uh, in between the last episode and this one, I passed the law for regulated unions, then started on public schools, and we got it. This reduces the Catholic Church power tremendously, and it means we now have better access to schools. This I'll show you in the mods that I have. One of them changes it here for, oh, you won't be able to see it because it's under university. There, I got the pop up there. Because we're now over to public schools, we now have plus 5% education access and a plus 6% assimilation, which is on top of the 37% assimilation we're already getting from it. Uh, this makes it where we have more access to education for everybody, and we can now increase, I believe, the level there because we were only at a max level of 2 before. Let's take a look at our institutions now. And nope, we still got to discover something else there. But let's get ready for it. I'm going to drop our colonial affairs because we don't have any colonies. Uh, but we've got our public education. The Catholics faction is not happy with this. They're at -3. Okay, so be it. But we will continue to pass legislation here that I think will work out well. Um, we've got wealth voting. We could go universal suffrage. We'll radicalize industrialist armed forces. The Catholic Church is just upset about it. This just gets oppose, 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 oppose. Census suffrage is the next way to go here. This will help get more voices in politics. Si se puedo. We can do this. We can do this. By gradual amounts, by gradual amounts, we do these things. Not all at once, not in a sweeping revolution, gradual amounts. And speaking of gradual amounts, we made a bid for Alaska. The Russians turned us down, so we're going to work on our relations with them and see if we can buy it from them again. Even though that will mean America is going to be asking us for Alaska, we'll have to do something to fix our relationship with them. As it is, we are expanding the Navy and we're expanding the Army. We'll have the maximum number of battalions we can recruit, but we also have the maximum number of conscripts lined up. So we'll go with that. Now, for the business cycle, we are in a boom, but we had a drop in confidence. I'm going to decrease the interest rates, even though that will boost volatility. I'd like our confidence to come back up. I'd like to avoid a depression or recession or something like that. I want to get to good times. And I could get to good times with a new corporation, but I'm waiting for pump jacks, because when I do that, I can build oil industry. And when I have the oil industry, that's going to give me a plus 10% on migration attraction. We're happy with that. We're so happy with that. All right. Well, let's get underway con más derechos humanos. More human rights with census suffrage here. We're getting closer to one person, one vote. Of course, it's going to be one man, one vote until we have votes for women, but you understand there. Oh, there's trouble in Nicaragua. Well, he's just sent into exile. We don't mind. Anyway, yeah, I'll let you know if anything happens here. We'll see you in a little bit. Notice anything different? You like the new green color we have up here? Yes, United Mexican States now own Alaska. Let's do some things with that. First, let's reset production methods. Their gold mining is woefully inadequate. Let's get them up to terms. And let's also incorporate them as a state. We've got plenty of bureaucracy to handle that. We're good on there. We're good on there. And we'll also be able to see the formation of the next company within about 5 more weeks here. That'll be fun here. We're working on census suffrage here. We're having ups and downs with it. Not too happy with that, but hey, we'll live. We'll live. Of course, now we also got to do something about the United States of America because here we go. Yeah, let's form that defensive pact. Why? Because they're about to get mad at us for not selling them Alaska, and I'd rather they not punch us in the nose. I mean, we've got a strong army, but Let's make overtures to the undecided. Got a strong army, but I'd rather not have to use it. Not in a war. No way. Okay, and we have built the oil rigs. We will now make us a new company here. Where is oil company? Oil company. Texas Oil plus 10% migration attraction. Right there. Establish it. They'll build up in productivity over time. They first got to staff the place, and we need to have more demand for oil and such. But yeah, we'll get that going there for sure. We will get that going for sure. And I'm also underwriting Colombia here, New Granada, trying to see if I can get a obligation with them so that way. Oh, here we go. Invite to customs union. I guess I got it there somewhere and I may have just missed it. And they are now in our customs union. Super duper. Okay, well, we're having fun here. We've got the defensive pact with the USA and France, so no one's going to mess with us. We've got a nice trade group here in Latin America. And by the way, what's the status here on the USA? Their population is almost just a little bit less than double ours, and their GDP is at 1.18 GDP per capita. Good job, you're booming out there. I see that line go up. I see you, USA. You're number 8 overall in GDP. Mexico is number 7 overall in GDP, and we're at 2.74 GDP per capita. We're looking pretty sharp there. Still not yet up to where French Empire is, but give us time. Give us time. We'll boom out here, especially if we can get the USA to join our trade union. And looky there, Mexico is a great power. Hooray! USA is just a major power. Oh, Mexico is a great power. Can we get them to join our customs union? Not quite yet. Their GDP compared to ours is not as big a difference. We'll have to do something about that first. But hey, we're happy with that. We're so happy with that. And we're building out our army. And oh, look, the people are fleeing Estonia for Arizona. Well, anyway, I'll let you know if anything happens again after our colonial affairs goes down to 1. Well, we got our census suffrage. What next? I'd say I looked over all of these. There's some that I didn't want at all, and then a whole lot that made somebody really radical. But one that didn't have this one here. There's only a -5 on the landowners, and they're very weak. And the industrialists, trade unions, and independent workers all really enjoy it, and that's poor laws. It gets us somewhere towards better Social Security there, and although it's better than nothing, let's improve it. Let's go forward with this and see how we go. All right? I'll let you know if things happen anymore. We have a recession. Got to bail everything out. What can we do? Well, it is going to give us faster enactment time, but drops our migration and traction. Unfortunately, I'd already decreased the interest rates because our confidence was going low. I can increase minting. It'll make the industrialists a little more upset with things, but it's going to help us make a little bit more money and give the economy a bit of a goose. Let's see how that works out there. Oh, hey, we got steel railway cars. All right. Well, hey, why don't you like, comment, and subscribe while I fix everything up with my new steel railway cars. Be right back. Well, here's something worth checking out. We've had an election. The current party, ruled by the petite bourgeoisie, industrialists, and intelligentsia that you see behind me here, they are an unacceptable government at 37. When I click on reform government, 63% goes to rural, independent worker and trade unions. The labor parties are in power. And I'm going to confirm that, and that means I'm going to stop bolstering the intelligentsia. That's going to give me, 440 more authorities. I can get some taxes with this or put out some decrees. Ooh, What will I do with this power? I mean, I still have the Age of Caudillismo, which means all my decrees are cheaper. Maybe I'll just spam out all kinds of recruitment things and see if we can get people to move over. Or do something about that minus 17.7K that I've got. The options are endless here. And they're going to be able to push for more social reform. Again, we're doing this thing peacefully here, not violently. We didn't have the Cristero Rebellion yet, and I don't intend to have one. The Catholic Church itself has dropped down to 7.6% strength. Armed forces have come back up for air, but they could drop back down in a little bit here. Yeah. Let's look at what we can do for a budget here. I could raise taxes, but we're in an economic bust. Let's instead bring back the transportation tax. I had to drop that for a little while there. That's a pretty profitable one. And we still have enough for a wine and a liquor tax. So while we're in full production, we are still making money every week. And that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. Thanks to the magic of editing, I was able to go eat supper. And hey, look what happened after I finished eating. We got poor laws, and there's a Haitian uprising. We can deal with that. But yeah, this is going to be great. We can now add another institution here, and this will help give our people a higher standard of living. We can go all the way up to level 2. Okay, well, we'll do that. And that will make everyone all the happier with it. What will we pass next? Well, there's a movement for no police, laissez-faire, restoring religious schools. Guess which two I'm not a fan of. And I know there's a lot of people go, oh, you should pass laissez-faire. It's a great thing to do. Except that's in the regular game. In the PEC mod, it means we gotta just let things go. And when the industrialists go, oops, shouldn't have done that, we have a wrecked economy. I can't regulate it as much. So I'm going to keep it with interventionism. No police, though. That could be a thing there where we would make the armed forces and landowners radicalized. So maybe not that. Ironic, I know the petite bourgeoisie oppose it because they get power from dedicated police force. But their power really isn't bothering me. We've got the trade unions in control. So, let's take a look at other laws. What do we got? What do we got here? Universal suffrage could be offered, which will radicalize the industrialists and the landowners. I don't really want to make them mad. I want to be gradual. I shouldn't have clicked that one there. We don't have multiculturalism yet, so back out of that. We have no support for total separation, so let's not worry there. Agrarianism or laissez-faire. No, we're gonna park it on intervention. This is like my favorite one. I will leave it here. And keeping in mind also that this is 1884. Historically, Mexico was in the middle of the Porfiriato during this time, where it was giving everything over that the industrialists wanted, taking in investment from other countries and letting that investment flow back. The profits of that investment flow back to those countries. Here, Mexico has got the second largest financial center in the world, just behind Britain, or London. We keep the profits here. So we're not going to worry about the ill effects of the Porfiriato because we don't have that. We have instead something very similar to, again, what I keep mentioning is the Japanese situation, where they were able to industrialize on their own terms and form a banking industry within their country that kept the profits of that industrialization in their nation. So we're all right with that. Free trade, I'm not going to move off of free trade either. I think definitely not isolationism. And yeah, we've got support for protectionism, but the intelligentsia and petite bourgeoisie would just go way off on that, and I got to agree with them. I'm not a fan of that. We have proportional taxation, and if we go with that, we are going to get more money, proportionally. Now, who doesn't like it? Well, the rich people don't like it because they will pay a proportional amount there, as opposed to just everybody getting the same tax. Yes, industrialists are against it, and the landowners will be radicalized, but they're less than 2%. And the trade unions and independent workers love it, and guess who's in the government? Proportional taxation has a 23% chance to succeed. That might be the one we go with, because the church doesn't mind as that one goes forward, and that'll give us a chance to let them cool their jets so we can pass another law, because I know if we talk about right of assembly, they're livid about that. They do not want that. Armed forces don't want it either. Regulatory bodies, well, you can see who opposes that. It may not pass, certainly, although it has a 23% chance to progress. That would be a good one to get. It does give the workers some more power there, and we have less dangerous working conditions. So I'm in favor of that. That could be something there. We could get restricted child labor, which will improve our school situation. Now that makes the intelligentsia, petite bourgeoisie, and industrialists also angry with that. 23% chance to progress with that. Legal guardianship, well, the Catholic Church doesn't like that, so that's out. And we can go to closed border. I don't want closed borders. We want people to come here, and we could regulate the alcohol. The industrialists don't like that. The trade unions enjoy it. It does give us a boost on standard of living and drop in mortality. It's something there. But let's go back and take a look. What was the one we were looking at? The per capita taxation? Right. Here we go. It's going to be -5 from the industrialists and -5 from the landowners. And then if we go to the child labor situation, that was -10 from the intelligentsia, 10 from the petite bourgeoisie, and 5 from the industrialists. Yeah. What if we took the first hit on the taxes? That'll give us more money, and then we go to the child labor. Increasing taxation means we got more money coming in, and we can do more construction. And then more construction means we boom things out, and that'll make the industrialists happy. Everybody gets happy because we have more money. And with more money, less revolution. And with less revolution, we can get more money or something of that sort. So let's do that. Let's see if that works. Okay. And now the industrialists are avoiding their taxes, and there's just all kinds of nuttiness there. You silly guys. All right. Well, Dutch are establishing the colony. Oh, by the way, the Caudillos, we're down to 259 months left. That would be 21, 22 years? Yeah. So by the early 20th century, we should be done. Fortunately, we've had a few of those -100 events where they try to take over a group, and I say no, and they're out. So we don't have a caudillismo. We don't have a porfiriato. We have instead the labor unions, not in revolutionary power, but in democratic power. And now we could either get a 10% enactment chance and some help for the standard of living for the lower strata, which we're in an economic bust right now, or we can get plus 20% support for proportional taxation. Our economy is going to grow, especially after we get this passed. Let's focus everything on proportional taxation. You want to help the poor? Let's not make it a temporary thing. Let's make it a permanent thing. Let's keep that going. And as far as taxes go, we could drop them a little bit more. We'll be in the minus category there, but I think we'll be all right as it is right now. With what we have, we're reducing our debt, which is going to reduce the interest we pay. We'll deal with the Haitian rebellion here. I'm not going to absorb them. We're just going. Maybe we should we pay their? We should take on their debt. It's 89.2K. Let's pay that off there. There we go. Yeah, there's only 15% chance. We're not yet in the 1.7 where they're going to ask to be annexed, which I'm not going to ask them for either. Okay. And the King Bishopric of Haiti, they owe us an obligation. Yeah, actually, I kind of. That's a weird thing you have there. Maybe we should take them over. Let's think about that. And, oh, good. Ernesto Pedraza, who was trying to stir up trouble. Oh, he was trying to get laissez-faire going, and he's left. Bye-bye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. And maybe we should take over Haiti. I mean, these guys they're impoverished. They're also impoverished. They've got a pretty good population, discoverable resources. We could certainly help them out. Just saying. But I don't want to roll those dice and say it's going to be a 16% chance that they go peacefully, and that's an 84% chance we have a war. No. Venezuela, though, we could reduce their autonomy, but why? They're fine as they are. Let's just carry on. We're improving relations with America. They asked for Alaska. We said no, and they got mad and like, okay, fine, be that way. All right, we're breaking even on volatility and confidence. We don't need to raise the interest rate. I'm not going to bump up minting. That would make the industrialists, they'd go to -9. That's not good for me. Mine on Alaska. They've got enough peasants up there. We're good with that. And more philanthropy. Let's push through. Let's push through. If you want to make them happy, let's make it permanent. Okay, they're going to California. All right. And look, we're building our financial industry because we need more of it in Mexico. The British really built out a lot more. I thought I was going to be number one. They just kept building more and more. So we'll be behind them, but we're still doing well. Looking at our prestige, we are now in 1150 here. That's good. Oh, USA is now a great power. That's so nice. Just what I wanted them to be, another great power. So that means, yeah, there's no option to make them a customs union member. But nevertheless, we are over half their population, and their GDP per capita is now 1.18. Good job. Ours is 2.68. Remember, we had a recession here, but we'll get to 3. Germany's doing fantastic. They're at 6. France is at 4. Great Britain is at 5.5. Well done, Germany. What's the secret to German success? I think they got a little extra stuff here with Austria. And, oh, that's an Irish uprising. Whoa, I'm not a fan of that at all. Hey, we built some more Navy. No, well, we don't get any more interest there. And we have more oil in Texas. Hooray! Let's encourage the trend. Oil is the future. There we go. Get them out there. And it's that. Hopefully that industry will start getting profitable soon. And more philanthropy. We're at 63%. Maybe let's go ahead and encourage that charitable giving just so we can improve some things there. I'll come back when I have more to say. Not going to lie, that was a cookie break. My wife just made some. Oh, they're great. They're fantastic. I wish I could share them with you, but there's no way we can actually share cookies over YouTube. Anyway, some fun things were happening. There was one of these, over here. Diplomatic play in Indonesia. Looks like the German Empire is supporting their guys, the Great Chain, because the Chinese are in their customs union. Which makes me wonder, are the Russians, do they get out? No, they're still in the French market. Okay. And Egyptians are still in the Sicilian market. That's just nutty as all get out. Okay. And, there's trouble down here in Uruguay. Last time I helped out the Uruguayans, I got an obligation from them and nothing more. This time, they will become my subject. Aha. Or who else do I support? This is the Uruguayan religious revolt. Yeah, no, I don't want them. Uh, we'll go here. You guys get to be my protectorate. Let me find my third Mexican army, and as soon as you say go, they're on their way down there. We have really got to research a Panama Canal. Although, why are they going that way? Oh, yeah, because they're on this side. Haha, silly. Ooh, more concrete. That is a good thing to have. Now we'll build even faster. So for the Chinese one, I really don't care. Unpin that from the outliner. But we will... Oh! We now have proportional taxation. More money. Yeah. That means we can now build more stuff. And then that'll boom out the economy. We'll increase our construction sector. One of the quickest ways we could increase the construction sector is if we study that one technology. It's under the social line where you get the concrete buildings or whatever, and then that go or the steel frame buildings. That was the one. Whoa! Suddenly everybody be building more. So I'll go research that. And right now we're working on electrical generation. Good to know. Let's pick up steel frame buildings. Or do we want to do that first and then build electrical generation? Because either way, we're going to once we study electrical generation, they're going to demand a lot of power. I mean, like electrical power, not like we want people power. But then again, that happens too, because around that time you get, human rights discovered and things of that sort. Let's go with the steel frame buildings, and then we'll do. I want to do steel frame buildings first. And then we'll see if we need to discover something else after that. As it is, we are building out our financial sector. We could also stand to have a little more entertainment and a little more steel. We are building steel buildings. That is nice to see. Yeah, they're making 21 more steel mills, so I think we got that covered. For the entertainment industry... That's what we're asking for down here. We need about, I'm going to hit pause there. Oh, golly, about 1,000 more entertainments. Well, let's go ahead and bump it up to theater. That gets us 342 more right off the go. And can we improve anything else? Public houses, tea, smoking, spirits and wine. No, we got coffee houses. That's what the people want. And we could make them privately owned, and that'll boost up some support there. For hospitality, no organized shifts just yet. And in the financial sector, we can go up to the securities trade and make 2,000 more financial services. So take that, England. Oh, whoops. Now we have to find a market for about 2,000 more financial sector things. Oh, silly me. Let's do that. And we will export, set up productivity to Germany, France, just anybody and everybody. Y'all are going to get some good financial sector stuff here. And let's just watch that happen. We are now number 1 worldwide. Our prestige has gone up. Britain can deal with it somehow. And by deal with it, I mean something rather scatological. Yeah. And hopefully we haven't dented the prosperity of it there. So we're all right on that. Going to work over Uruguay. We can improve some actually, we can take on their debt there. Oh, wait, let's cancel that. First, let's absolve an obligation. Click. Then we will take on their debt of 121K. Click. And they're happy to have us do that. And then we will absolve one more obligation with them. Click. And that makes them one of our happy protectorates. Not an angry one, a happy one. And oh no, a garment factory fire. Well, you, the guy that runs the army, yeah, you must be held responsible because they're yours. Ooh, Kingmaker. Uh-oh. He must decide that, wait, we just told him he's responsible for the garment fire, and now he's got to decide whether they're going to back the Liberal Party or the Conservative Party. Shouldn't he be in jail? Anyway, um, we could have the army protect the interests of the elites, and we advance the age of caudillos by 100 points. Or they support the Liberal Party, and we advance the thing by 100 points. He's responsible for the garment fire, this guy, and now he's going to come in and mess with our party system. And, well, the Conservative Party is the Catholic Church. No way. The Liberal Party is the intelligentsia. Yeah, you can support the intelligentsia there. Oh, man, that's going to add another 10 years. Man, we were so close. I need like 5 more of those things to get rid of it. I want to get rid of these people, but they just keep coming. Oh, well, setback. Oh, wait, we got to... Hold on here. The U.S. has a relationship of 67 with us. Well, it's going to go lower by 20. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, no, it didn't drop. Well, that's interesting. Okay. It says it's going to drop, but I guess because we have all these other deals with them, that it's not. Okay, that's nice. All right. Where are we at? Oh, yes, the Catholics are at -1. And what next law could we pass here? Well, sorry, not institution here. Laws. That child labor thing looks good. And now it's the industrialists will get radicalized. Okay. But the guys who are for trade unions and independent workers, they'll work it out there. What if we did... No, we can't mess with that yet. What if we gave women the right to own property? Ooh, radicalize the Catholic Church. No. Let's go with the... No police? Nope, radicalize armed forces. Let's go with the child labor thing. Then if the industrialists rebel, we'll devastate them. We're pushing that one through. And this will give us the ability to have more education investment, raise our literacy rate, and do something good for the people of Mexico. As it is, the industrialists would like to have some more there. Let's take a look at those buildings here. Back to the steel. Yeah, we're still making 11 more steel mills, and we need about 500 more steels. That'll be fine there. We need about 500 more clothes. So let's go ahead and stack them on. California is becoming a very large population state. Well, let's go ahead and let's go by earnings then. Mexico is where it's at. Let's give them 6 more there. Alrighty, and paper. We could use about 500 more papers. Well, I just so happen to have 500 more papers here from Mexico. And while we're at it, can we add any more construction sector there? No, we've maxed them out. Okay, cool. How are we doing elsewhere? Oh, you know what? Let's get 5 more production in Alaska, 5 more in Nevada. That'll work out there. And 3 more in Jalisco. I like to have an even number. And then we'll go to our buildings and just go drop that down. Go to page 2 and just fling them all to the top. I'll actually start with the red ones first. And then go with the gray ones, because that means the gray ones are the ones that'll build faster. And we'll get them knocked out of the way, and then we'll build textile mills and paper mills. And with that prosperity, I'm sure the industrialists will be happy. And maybe they'll be even happier when we cut everybody's taxes. Oh, no, actually, we can't by 112. That would be too much. But let's go ahead and reduce their autonomy. They will accept a bump in infamy, and watch it. Here we go. Now they're Mexico colored. Love it. Okay, keep it going. Keep it rocking. Look, we're now at a hat level of standard of living. We're no longer, we started off with bowl, then we became staff of wheat. Now we are hat. Oh, that's great. We're number 9 of standard of living in the world. Nicaragua, United Kingdom, Norway, they're all around where we are. I'm coming for you, Belgium. You're at 18. I need 3 more, and we'll pass you by. This is all right. This is all right. Now we have a standstill. What the heck? Broach the trade unions with a concession that'll reduce their strength, but give them more approval. They're already at 20. Industrialists, see if they will compromise. Reduce the industrialist strength and give them +1 approval. Actually, that's better than a 50-50. Yeah, let's do that. Improve the chance of passing it and reduce their political strength. And give them, and then they have more approval. What's not to like about that? How are we doing on per capita GDP? Oh, so close, 2.79. And it was 2.81 earlier. Oh, so close. Germany's at the top at 6. They passed up Belgium. Oh, man. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. You know what? Actually, I don't have another cookie break, but you could have a like, comment, and subscribe break. Hit pause. Like, I'm going to hit pause on the recording. I'll pause my recording. You pause to like, comment, and subscribe. Then we'll get back to this, and then we'll find out what happens with a standstill. So ready, steady, and 1, 2, 3, pause. Okay, done with the pause. Let's take a look at the standstill now. Okay, see if they will compromise. So let me see if I have this straight. I could reduce their strength by 10% more and increase the chance of passing by 10% and increase their happiness by 1. What's not to like about this? Oh, it's so fun. It's so fun. Anyway, not a lot's happening right now. We're just building out some buildings. So, you know what? When something cool happens, I'll switch over to that screen and we'll go some more there. Well, something did come up. There's a revolt in Brazil and 2 different revolts in Spain, and none of them will allow me to make them a subject or even ask Spain if I could get Cuba off of them. It's just nutty. But we've made good progress on child labor, so while I ignore these various world events here, because they'll have nothing to do with me, so I'll have nothing to do with them, let's see if we can pass child labor here. We've got 14 days to go, and whoop-de-doo for Kingdom of the Two Sicilies. But yeah, if we can make this progress here, then we will have covered a good portion of the Porfiriato. And without revolution, without major unrest, and the industrialists, they've gotten over themselves there, we can now increase education in Mexico, and that'll give us even better literacy and even better assimilation. That's going to be great stuff. All right. What's the next thing we have here on gradualism? Are we... no. Well, at least ethno-state's off the table. Universal suffrage. Radicalized industrialists and the landowners. But it'll make the trade unions go from 20 to 30. They'll be so happy. I'm not ready for that yet. I don't want to necessarily radicalize them. We're not going back to state religion. We're not going to drop back to national army, to professional army. The rural folk are against it. The armed forces and the trade unions are for it, but it'll take that 619 we got and just drag it right back down. I don't want to give them any more power than what they already have. Nope. We're not going back to consumption-based taxation, you silly people. And no colonial affairs is off the table. Well, what about the no police? Radicalize some people there. We don't yet have the public hospitals. Right of assembly. We're going to radicalize some people. Legal guardianship, we know, are radicalizing other people. What if we, no, oh, wait, free unions. Yeah, we'll radicalize the industrialists, but this gives us more trade union population attraction, uh, better standard of living, better political strength for the laborers. The rural guys get hit, though. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's regulation of alcohol. Or maybe we just don't need to make anybody upset right now. And let's just wait till the industrialists are at zero. And then we'll begin our new wave of legislation. Let's take a pause here. Just as in Victoria 3, when you make a political conquest, you want to wait a while, assimilate, and then move forward from that. I think it's the same here. We've made a lot of political conquests. Let's breathe. Let's let our economic bust end, or something of that sort. Let's develop ourselves economically, and when the industrialists are no longer upset with the way things are, we'll probably have other groups like the Catholics and Armed Forces. They'll also be happy because of the rise of standard of living, and then we'll be able to push new legislation on them. I'll end here. We'll pause in 1886. Well, pause in terms of, I'm going to stop recording and I'm going to keep playing the game. And when I have something new to add, we'll go to the next one. So this is the first half of the Porfiriato period, but it's not the Porfiriato. It's the Laboriato or something. I don't know. I'll come up with a new name, but we're definitely making some great progress for civil rights. Derechos humanos. Human rights. I hope you have fun. I hope you like, comment, subscribe, and may all your diplomatic plays go the way you want. And if you ever have to buy Alaska, I hope you don't have to wage a war with the United States of America, because that would be a real pain in the butt if you had to fight with them. I mean, because those